Think we're good. Just need to get the music started and we should be good. Please start. Why won't you start? There we go. Awesome. Hi! Welcome to the stream. Today we are going to be continuing work on the downtown illustration for When It Rains. Specifically, we are going to be making some cars because I was looking at the cars in the illustration and I'm unhappy with them. So we are going to model out some cars so that I can have an illustration that I'm happy with. And who knows, we might model a bike or two. Probably just one bike. That might be helpful, honestly. Yes, nice. A Borings car. What kind of car is this though? I have to know, because I also need to know what the front looks like. It kind of reminds me of a Outback. I'm just gonna copy this. And can I input this into... What's the sound for you guys? Should be fine. Ideally. Okay. Hi! Welcome in! We are going to be modeling some cars today. Because I don't know about you, but I was unhappy with the look of the cars I was having. Load that image. Lovely. Oh my gosh! What? Is this for this image? Ew! Why is that $300? That's not even what I was going for. I just wanted to copy the, save the image. It's fine if the... Why is it so expensive? Hopefully your week has been going well. Mine's been going pretty good. I was doing some concept artwork today. That went pretty well. I got a decent amount done. I'll just save this here. What other car do I want to do? Ooh. That looks appropriately old. Yeah, we could save that one as well. Hi! Welcome in. Hopefully everyone's day is going well so far. Yeah, just wanted to make sure that I wasn't muted. That would be sad. We don't need that. Okay. So I've got 3 cars. Now we can add them in. I'm gonna essentially be making a low poly car using these as a it's a small one. Let's not do this in cycles. Let's do this as oh good. Cool. Awesome. It's a itty bitty guy. Don't worry, we can make it bigger. Alright, let's get to car wheels on the plane. Should be good. I think this will be too hard to do. We're just gonna essentially line these things up and make sure they match. Let's go into edit mode and then we can subdivide the cube. Subdivide the cube. Not too much. Actually, that might be too much. Just enough to give us something to work with. Let's pull this down. Amazing how quickly you can make a shape using cubes. That is the wrong. I'm gonna use X because that's not the correct dimension. What do I click here? Sadly, I cannot stay. My dad wants to watch The Mandalorian. Ooh, I did hear something about that. Thank you for joining in, even for a little bit. I hope you enjoy The Mandalorian. I have some things I need to watch at some point. Like, I need to watch more of The Pit. There's some episodes that have come out, and I've not watched them yet. Just getting good. They've gone analog. They're doing fun things. Characters are regretting their life decisions. You know, it's fun. My dad's off giggling in the background. Don't even know what it's about. Bro, it came out on May 22nd, and I just realized it was out thanks to that comment. Wait, I was thinking merch. I'm so very smart. Okay. I assume you're talking about The Mandalorian. Yeah, I just learned about it today because one of the Discord groups that I'm a part of mentioned it in their, hey, don't spoil the show quite yet. We need to give it some time. You know, I have no idea what size I'm making this car. For all I know, it could be a really ridiculous size that shouldn't even be considered for a car. Okay. Excuse me. Yes. I'm essentially just kind of tracing this shape. Yet to finish watching the Boba Fett and Mandalorian. I still need to watch those. Decent amount of things I need to watch. Just gonna line up the lines, because it's always a good idea to keep things as lined up as possible. That way, when I'm doing things later, I don't get confused. This is why we're starting low poly with the car, because if I add too many polys, we're gonna be in for some issues. I could probably X-axis maybe, and then I can round out the car slightly so it's less box. Less box would be nice. Low poly car is so silly. Let me just grab this value. Yeah. Look at it. It's somewhat round. Isn't that amazing? Look at our car go. Though, to be fair, this car is not much of a round shape anyway, so we don't need to worry about that too hard. Okay, I think we need to add more edges. Let's subdivide again. See what we can do with this. Our next goal is to start defining out the bumper, I feel. So I want to pull this one down. And then we can pull this one out. I need like another subdivide. Just a little guy right here. We'll make do for now. Pull this one out a bit. Need to make sure this matches. The moment they become unsymmetrical, that's when we have problems. Pull that down, pull it out. I want slightly round car, you know? This is a sane way to make a car, right? Right? Yeah. This is a sane way to make a car. Can't think of any other way. Pull that over so those lines are straight-ish. Oh, I can pull this one up. Wait. Need to pull this one over a bit. I know, this is the most exciting thing. We're making cars. So I think I was looking to pull this over. Yeah. Keep those lined up. Oh, wait, I was gonna pull them up. That's what I was gonna do. The car's slightly rounded. There we go. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I have a plan. I think I maybe mentioned it, but I have a plan for not Comic-Con. For the next art fight. In terms of, I'm going to pick out a bunch of characters and turn it into a comic-based story. I thought it'd be a good way to add some level of intrigue into the event. I thought of it a little bit last time, but it was halfway through, so I didn't feel like I had enough time to actually do the idea justice. You'll be happy to know I have started some slight prep for it. Essentially a character sheet for my character that I'm going to have essentially acting as the main character in this story. Become non-symmetrical. Love that so much. I don't love that. Then they start acting independently of each other. I still need the tiny ones. Yes, yes. Round out the shape more. It's starting to look like a car. How crazy. Though this car feels kinda... I think I need to make it a touch bit wider. This car is looking a little... Nope, wrong thing. I need to make this a touch bit wider. It is looking... not wide enough. There we go. Morning, just got here. Are these cars going to be part of the project? Yes! I was looking at the cars that I had in my illustration, and I was kind of unhappy with them. So we are making some low poly cars so I can be happier with the cars that I have. So far, I think it is turning out pretty darn good. I am rounding out the edges. I'm thinking we are going to be adding subdividing again soon. So I need some dimension for the wheels. Why did I make that independent? That was silly of me. Okay. I've got more polygons now. Not too many polygons, but ideally, hopefully just enough polygons. What is the correct amount of polygons? I guess it depends on the project and the person. What the correct number of polygons are. Do I know the correct amount of polygons? I don't know. I just need some polygons. Of course. I have it selected. Is it not similar enough that it's not... apparently, these are not symmetrical enough anymore to work as intended. How annoying. Okay. So this one needs to be pulled out. That one too. Could we please... It would be really great if this could work, you know, symmetrically, but it's not. Because why would it? That would make my life easier. And wouldn't that just be crazy? I feel like I need to subdivide again. For the wheels, at least. Right, where are the other ones? The other wheels are located here. So we'll grab these three. And push this up. These wheel wells. They look so it's just so fancy. Look at them. What is happening here? I just want that to move so they're in line. themselves independent of each other. Ugh. Okay. There. Now we can do this together. Oh boy. This looks like a little mess right here. Polys are getting messy. If I could find the actual... What's this model of car? Because if I know the model of car, then I could find the front of the car, so that way I wouldn't have to guess at what the front of the car actually looks like. I think we're just gonna guess, though. The last time I guessed just went so well that I want to do it again. Want a cylinder, and then we can flip this. I do not want to add a cylinder in edit mode. I want to add a cylinder in object mode. So we can rotate this 90 degrees. 90 degrees. Perfect. Okay. Scale that. Why are you rotating? I don't think I hit rotate. No, that wasn't rotating. That was just it squishing. I do not want a flat tire, actually. That's not desired. I don't think many people desire a flat tire. To make sure how far it is from the vehicle, because sometimes the distance of which it's sitting away from the vehicle can influence how big the wheel looks. Those are fat tires. Now, can then reselect everything. This is a little side quest, don't worry about it. Reselect everything, and then grab all the vortexes. There's a lot of them, don't worry, I have a trick. Turn off the car, because the car's in the way. I don't know if I meant to... No? You cannot subdivide the circle. I'm doing this the hard way. I could just bevel this. Let's just bevel this. Beveling it sounds so much easier than whatever nonsense I was cooking up. Modifiers. There we go. Let's... Yes, bevel. ultimately it does not have to be perfect. I'd like it to bevel more though. Vortex group, none. Why are you not beveling? Oh, okay, offset. Apparently I do need limits, or else it just looks bad. Can you please bevel? More than you are. Vertices, maybe? Oh goodness. I don't think it likes vertices. I don't know if I like vertices. Oh, I just had too many segments, don't worry. I don't even know what this does. We'll just apply that. And then we can shade auto smooth. There we go. There's our tire. What we could also do is bring this in a bit and extrude. Hold on. We can make that a bit bigger. Wow, look at that, a tire. Now we can just mirror this on the other side. Mirror on the x-axis. Hold on. We need to do something. We need to make sure we lock in all of the transformations, and then we can apply. Maybe that's why I was having trouble with bevel earlier. Awesome. This is the benefit of being in the middle, because then you can do things like this. Why was that perfect? Wait, why did that work so hard? Why did that work so well? I don't like how well that worked. Okay, the other cars we're gonna be referencing are gonna be, what other cars do I have? it's like an SUV type vehicle and then like a hatchback kind of vehicle. And then I'll also need to go find a van at some point. You know, realistically, this would probably be enough. However, I feel the urge to just continue messing with it. So we're just gonna continue messing with it. So, next I want to get the bumper correct, because currently the bumper is atrocious. So we'll select all of these, go back into profile view, and nope, not that one. It's happening here. Thank you. Why weren't we doing that before? Can grab this. Subdivide. Go back here. What's this weird portion right here? Who designed that? Who gave it, like, what? I don't understand. Who designed that? I just want to talk. I guess technically I don't need to include that if I don't want to. It's a part of it. And I feel obligated to at least attempt. Get the dumb little bumper. I'm sure this is a great design for a bumper, and there's no other reason. It's wonderful. And I need to stop hitting move like that. I'm sure it's wonderful. It does its job as it's supposed to, or something. I don't know. I just know that it seems slightly silly. Maybe it has a great crumble zone. You never know. I fear if I go too much more in detail with this bumper, I will be approaching the non-low poly car. I feel like we're on the verge of not being a low poly car anymore. I think I need to figure out this mess right here. These lines are a little bit of a mess. Just a touch bit. They just could use a little bit of help. I don't straighten them out a bit, who will? No one. That's who. Yeah. Yay, blender mirroring. It's tricky, but useful when you get used to it. Yeah, I wish the mirroring was actually working. The mirroring at the moment's not working. I'm being careful to select both sides, but for whatever reason, the mirroring is not working. This one, pull in, pull up. These wheels, they're in the way. As beautiful as they are, they're just in the way. Push these up, push them down. Nope. This needs to be more in line here. I keep hitting the wrong buttons. I might need more polygons. But these are a mess. Realistically, though, it should be fine, right? Let's take a look at the car shape. I do need to fix this bumper back here, but I think other than that, I could add some mirrors on the side, and I think I could call that good. Because I don't necessarily need the car to be the most detailed thing. I just need it to look more like a car than the boxes that I've been producing before. Car's looking really good, dude. Thank you! Just need a little car to do little car things. I don't even know what this bumper's doing. So I think I need to grab these vertices right here. The bottom ones? Maybe I won't need to add more polygons. Maybe I won't need to subdivide. We could be winning. Except, what is this? Who made this? Why are you like this? I think I will need to subdivide. Just keep it simple. Keep the car simple. I do not want to think too hard about the car. I say that, but then I'm putting extra attention into this bumper. A bumper that's probably not important. I've seen people do mirroring after the project, chopping it in half and mirroring it there, so if that tool works out later. Oh! That could be interesting. Yeah, I have like 3 other cars I'm gonna make. That could be potentially helpful. Good idea. Thank you for suggesting it. I will definitely consider that. That way, I only have to worry about one half of the car. That's always been the dream, you know? Only worrying about half the car. Okay. I need to subdivide these. Oh no. Sir, why aren't you subdividing? Oh no. That's never good. Something not subdividing. Oh boy. It did subdivide! It just didn't say so! Why are you like this? Why don't you visually look like you subdivide it? Why are you silly? Why are you like this? Okay, that's better. I don't understand. Also, I'm doing too much on one side of the car. I'm gonna suffer for my actions later. Be like, you only did one side of the car. You're gonna regret that. I am going to regret that. But am I going to continue with my misdeeds? Yes. Yes, I will. Alright. What happens if I shade auto smooth? It looks kinda cursed. On to the next one. Here you go. Here's a car. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. Oh, what are the 3 cars for? So, actually, I've decided I hate it. The shade auto smooth. We're not shading. Hold on. Wait. Apply. Combine. There we go. That was cursed for a second there. So essentially what's happening is I am drawing a downtown area, and I need some cars in it. And unfortunately, the cars I previously made just kinda didn't look nice, you know? It did not look right. So we're gonna fix that. I need this car to be very similar in size in terms of just it needs to be in scale. If this is not scaled, I will be really sad. Cars themselves will be different sizes. Best of luck with your piece. Ah, thank you. You know, at some point you have to consider, would it be easier if I just learned how to draw cars rather than making 3D versions of them? But I'm choosing to believe this is still the easier option. Maybe if I model enough cars in 3D, it'll become easy enough to then visualize this as a physical thing, and then I can draw it better because I know how it looks. Okay, we're gonna do the half car thing because I think that will work out better. See if it works better anyway. The process of making this is going to be very similar to the other car. Maybe I'll be faster at it now, because now I know what I'm doing. It's not so bizarre and strange. It's just another car. Maybe I should have copied those wheels. How have I already spent an hour on this? I did not feel like I spent an hour on that other car. Oh, hey! I was just thinking. Since I'm modeling these cars and whatnot, I can use this for another project. Oh, that's great. There's another project that I'm working on that is very similar to this one, but it's for a client. And isn't it just the grandest thing when two things come together? Maybe instead of trying to build out the wheel well with the polygons, maybe I can cut it out using... There's a specific thing. I'll mess with it, but I think I could cut out the space using a cylinder. Inspired to work on my Blender project. Gonna go make some buildings. Heck yeah! Go make your Blender project. Glad I can inspire you. Seem to do that on the occasion when I'm working on something on stream. Other people are inspired to continue working, to start work on their project. I like that. I like having that effect. Being able to get others working on their things. Okay, I think I've reached the limits of the poly. Time to subdivide. Okay, now that we have this, I think the main thing I'm gonna focus on is just the bumpers. Because why not? The bumpers are fun. Yes, yes. You're gonna look so good. It's gonna be amazing. What kind of buildings are you making? Is it for a specific project? Just making buildings to make buildings? I am curious to know what it is you're working on. Okay. Working on the windshield. Pull it out, have a slightly rounded shape so that all of the people that are getting absolutely swiped by this vehicle can just roll off the top. You know, usual things. That's our main concern, right? Just making sure the pedestrians roll. Why we can't have fun headlights. Getting to the point where I can also take this vortex and bring it in. Take this one, pull it out slightly, pull it in. Yes. Curves. Not Z. We don't need Z. I want Y. I want to pull things. We go. Now we're looking curved. So lovely. The engine on the front of this vehicle is so much longer than the other one. It's so crazy to just see the direct comparison of it. I think we could pull this. Nope, wrong way. Pull this out slightly and up. So I can round out this. How lovely. ready for another subdivide? I feel like we are. Maybe not. Let's pull this down a touch bit, so that way the bulge of the car a bit further down rather than up. Yeah. Yeah. Let's subdivide again. Cool. I think that will be the last time we subdivide. Honestly, I probably didn't need to subdivide the entire car, just select portions of it. Like the bumper! Which seems a lot more sensible, you know? Less things that are trying to become integral portions. Maybe. Let's just subdivide that one more time. With a sensible bumper. Crumples nicely. What is happening here? And then we can pull this one under a bit to round out the car. We like a good round shape for cars. Let the wind escape. And back bumper, did I need to do anything specific with that? I think I just needed to subdivide here so I could pull the car down a bit. Ooh, if I subdivide these, then I can have this line right here. Add a slight curve down here. Nice. Okay, so I think this needs to be a touch bit wider. And then we're also going to try and figure out there's what's the edit generate Boolean, I think it is that I want. Add a procedural, use another combiner perform. Okay, so I can't remember what specific direction I need to do this in, but we can play around with it. So rotate this 90 degrees. over here. Nope. I wanted it up, not to the side. Make that scale a little bit bigger. Now I want it to pull towards me. Okay. So the idea is that we want to create a wheel well. Nope, wrong way. Still the wrong way. I wanted this to be a bit shorter. Okay, so I think I need to select this one, hit Boolean, and then I need to reference this object here. Nope. Okay, maybe it's the other way? Hold on. Okay, get rid of that. Select this one instead. Boolean. And then select the car. Intersect. Nope. Difference. No, that is just cutting the wheel. Maybe it is the other way? I hate using this. In the sense of I just can never seem to figure out how to get it to work. And then I hide the, nope, not the cube, the cylinder. I hide the cylinder, right? Yes! Awesome. Okay. Great. Select this, make it a touch bit bigger. And then apply, and then move this over. Yes! Good, excellent. Okay, I figured it out. So glad to figure that out. I'm gonna move this back over. Nope. I'm gonna move this back over because I think I needed that space just a touch bit wider to accommodate the wheels. Reference the circle, apply, and then I can make this smaller and make it the wheel. We are winning. Okay. That is so much better than trying to build out the wheel well using all of the different points. Oh, that was a bad method. I dislike that method greatly. This is much better. We're learning things. We're figuring stuff out. And now I can make this a touch bit smaller. No. Scale that way. Make the wheel thinner. And now this can act as the... Oh, it's so much better. Let's apply all of the transformations. See if this helps with the beveling at all. Because, my goodness, were we having trouble with the beveling. Oh, I so needed to apply all the transformations. That made the beveling so much better. Imagine, I do things the correct way, and it actually works. Crazy how that just happens. Push that in slightly, and go in again, and then pull it out. Wow. You know, I thought the other wheels were pretty darn decent, but these ones are even better. And then we can mirror this. I'm pretty sure. Let's see if it works again. Because it worked just oh so perfectly last time. It just... No, okay. It would have been good, but... It's okay. That's fine. I can just move this over a little bit. I would have to say this is going much better than the last one did. I can shade that auto smooth, apply, and then we can add the mirror to. Oh, hold on. Let's apply all transformations, and then we can apply the mirror. Okay. I think it's still okay, because I can... this wheel. And mirror that over. They're a little non-specific, but they've got the spirit. Okay. Wrong direction. For once, I actually want to use the X. Wow. Look at that. It's a car. Crazy. difference in sizes between these two cars is kind of funny. Too funny, perhaps. Hold on. I knew there was gonna be a slight size difference between them, but maybe not that much. I still need the okay. Where's the line? I think that's good. Yeah. Yeah. Look at us go. 2 cars. All right. On to our next one. Need to add an image, mesh plane. Oh good, I can hover over and it'll show me the image. That's nice. Yeah. Oh, this one. How kind. It's... You're not allowed to flip over, sir. I found a rare PNG. There we go. I need you not to float though, sir. That... Maybe I should have made it ground. Can I... Nope. There we go. Nice. That's what I wanted. All the cars facing the correct direction. As usual, we're gonna start with a cube, because all things originate from the cube. We get the approximate size of space. I'm also gonna need to make a truck. Okay. And then we will do our first cube subdivide. Grab this. And we can begin. Things rather upsetting over there, are they? That is good. I think your program needs to figure itself out. It has problems. What did you do to deserve this? We are very successfully Making low poly cars. I say very successfully because we are currently on our third one. And it's going extremely well. We learned some techniques to make this easier. And overall, we're having a grand time. The car being in place is really funny to me, just like without any of the background, so it's just flat car image. And it just feels so extremely silly to me. Okay. And where does the start of this go? I hope your day's going pretty well, Crow. Up to anything interesting? Alright, I think we're ready to subdivide the cube again. This seems like a pretty good subdivide moment. Would be if I was in the correct area. And as always, we're gonna start. I say as always as if I've been making cars for so long. New method as of today. Start with the bumper. Bumper seems as good of a place as any to get fancy. Guess what? We can have a windshield now, as a treat. I know you were so missing it, but don't worry, it's back, and better than ever. Maybe I will get better at drawing cars after this. No, you're still selected on random things. That's not allowed. Okay, I think maybe we'll use this little bit to make the dramatic edge of this. Yeah. Whatever this little thing is, we're using it. I don't know if this is a new line or old line or a line that I just didn't meet up properly. Redefining the line. Okay. So this can go here now. I can raise this up. Meet it with the bumper. When in doubt, just subdivide. Except not too much, because we don't want that much poly. There is such thing as too much poly. I remember of my 3D animation class, which was disguised as a how to use Blender class. It was highly encouraged to start with as little polygons as possible and then slowly increase them. If you start it with too many polygons, then it got really difficult real quick. Then you had to start using the sculpting space instead of using the polygons. There's a couple different ways to sculpt, and we're currently sculpting with polygons. Did I not grab? I thought I grabbed. I may have accidentally ungrabbed when I was messing around with different buttons. Essentially, like any good thing, you wanna block out the big things first and then get into the small details. If you're too concerned about the little details before you get into the big blocks, I just subdivided that. Sure, let's just not show the subdivisions. Okay, I didn't realize that was an option. Fine. And now, we can go in and make the car look round. It's very simple, actually. Perhaps should have done that earlier over there, but it's okay. It's fine. Selecting the wrong things. Yes. On X. Yeah, I definitely should have done this before I did a bunch of subdividing. The folly of my mistakes. Okay, and then pull this out slightly. getting lost in the details. I just wanted to round out the car, and I think I did that a little bit late. My bad. I get the feeling a lot of us are having a chill and work on a project night. It's all good with me. Just, I get that feeling based off of we have a small amount of people watching, I think. A decent, nice little amount, and get the feeling we're all working on our projects. Which is fun. Okay. I think I rounded out that edge enough. Probably. I think these could probably be moved down a bit. Yeah. And then I think move these back a bit and a little bit out. I'm just trying to come up with a good, nice design that allows for a roundish car. I think the last bit that I need to do is just the front bumper. Yeah, but I need to subdivide that again. Yeah. No, my favorite, I'm not biased at all, but my favorite kind of cars are small hatchbacks. I think they're just the grandest little cars. Maybe not grand, because, you know, they're small, but here we go. I just like, personally, how they look. And you still can fit a whole bunch of stuff in them if you want, but you don't have to have the world's biggest car. Which I think is nice. Certainly makes parking easier. Okay, and then we are gonna subdivide the underside of this. Of course, it's not gonna show, because why would it? That would just make too much sense. some sort of weird point right here. Why is it? Okay. Why? Oh, it's because I grabbed the points. And grab the vertex. Where is it? Where are they? Ah. Are you like this? Seems a little rude. Why is that the close? Is there literally no points in between here? Why? Explain yourself. Why are you like this? Yes. How did I manage this? I don't understand. Okay. Whatever. It's fine. It works. Okay. And now we can make this a touch bit wider, and then we can add in the cylinder. How big does the cylinder need to be? No idea. Just need to make the wheel well, and we will be so good. Let's turn off the car for a second. That way I can get an accurate, a good size wheel well. Seems pretty good. Pull this out. And now we can cut into it. Excellent. Like this. Grab that over. There. Then we can do the same thing. Cut out. Push this back. Make it a tiny bit smaller. And make the wheel from it. Make sure we apply all the transformations. And then we can bevel it. after this we can make a truck, and I think we'll be good in terms of vehicles to input into the... Oh, maybe I should make a bike. That might be a good idea. That we don't have to draw bikes in perspective. That might be smart. Alright. We'll also make a bike. I think this is pretty good size in terms of the tire. So we'll just push that in a bit. Extrude out. And then we can mirror that over. Excellent. That one. No, I do not want the... No. I do not want that. I want it to select everything. So. Then we can shade. Actually. Apply all transformations. And then we can mirror this. X-axis. We can apply that. And wait, hold on. Don't apply. Go into edit mode, and then which side did I grab? You know, I'm realizing that technically, yes, these are different cars, but I don't think they were different enough for me to justify making the two of them. Oh boy. Oh, whatever. It's fine. I just practice making cars. We're all good. We auto smooth this. And then we can, yeah, another car. Technically, I made different cars. They just look incredibly similar. I'm glad I grabbed this tiny one. Happy car rendering. You're right, you need variety. The only solution is a monster truck. Very practical, yes. No! We're not gonna have a monster truck. I refuse. Yeah, I just need to... Happy car rendering day. Oh, thank you. Let me grab a truck. Wow, that's all caps. Truck. Profile. Wow, that's typing. I want a small delivery vehicle. Save that image. And then we can pull up the truck. Don't worry, it'll look incredibly different. Because that's what we need. Variety. How did I move that? Please. I moved it. How do I... How did I don't understand. Set origin. How did I... Whatever. It's fine. Image. Mesh. Where is it? Seems it. Okay. In comparison to the other that just went flying off into the distance. Let's bring that back. Okay. So in comparison to the other cars, how is this looking? Be realistic? Yeah. Maybe slightly smaller. that's about to scale. So let's move that back over. And can you, I don't know if you know this, but can you make a guess of which shape we're gonna start with? That's right, a square. Quite honestly, our square is going to be the best square. You know what? You know what? I liked that cube so much. Let's bring in another one. How exciting. We've got 2 cubes. We've got 2 cubes cubing. You know what? You know what? Let's add another cube. You can never have too many cubes. Cube right here, underneath the other cube. Many great cube options. Alright, let's start with this front cube, because I think this cube has the most dimension to it. Subdivide that. I think we'll start with the top. As cubish as this is, it's also rounded. And then grab this one. Is it that was I trying to grab it onto this? Maybe I should just make that a separate cube. It's probably fine. I can just add that. And then grab onto this. And we can raise it to meet the height guideline of the hood. I think that's just actually wind aerodynamics. Probably. think it's time to subdivide again. Crazy, I know. Oh, is it already April? Like, time has passed so quickly and yet so slowly. I haven't even finished painting my bedroom yet. We've made progress, some strides. But I still have a decent amount of work to do. Like, last night, I was trying to finish it up. Or at least trying to. What is going on? Just let me go down. So, apparently, like, I wanted to paint everything, and I mean everything, in my bedroom. Like, all of the walls were gonna... all the walls and... No, hold on. I forgot I'm doing a thing. All of the walls and whatnot were going to be essentially colored the same color. Maybe I need to pull these two closer. Essentially, I wanted to paint the walls all the same color. And the ceiling too. Painting the ceiling is a pain. I didn't realize how much of a pain it was going to be until I actually start doing it. But it was quite literally a pain. My neck greatly disliked that. It was not a fun time. And worst part is, I have to go back in! I didn't even do it all the way. Just very annoying. There's like blotchy areas, and I think I have to go around the edges one more time. So I think I had a slightly faulty batch of paint for my first one, because it wasn't as thick as it probably should have been. I was just having an interesting go of it. It's curved. Oh, we can move that up a bit. I'm learning such fun techniques. I should probably pull these pieces out. But yeah, this bedroom painting's taking me so much longer to do than I initially planned on. It'll be so worth it when I'm finished, though. Just gotta get there. Round up the edges here, right? Just yeah. There we go. think I'm gonna use the cutout area for that. So I can make the wheels. I think I'll do something slightly cursed here. I'll grab this edge and well done. Before we do that, let's lock in all transformations. Wow, so much better. I can delete those two faces. Yeah. Yeah. I think I need to augment this slightly. Goodness. What is going on with you? I wonder why that's scaling so weirdly. Is it because I put a hole in the middle of it? Maybe that's why it's scaling so weirdly. Probably put like another cube or so right there. Again, it doesn't need to be perfect, just needs to that makes it look enough like the thing that when I draw over it, I have better success. Well, that's scaling much better. I think it's because I cut a hole in it. That might be my issue. I cut a hole in it, and it doesn't like that I cut a hole in it. This is infinitely more complicated than the cars were. I'm choosing to believe that's... this is probably better. Because I'll actually have a model and be able to do something with it. Hello there. I am building a truck. It's so exciting. It is Blender. Maybe you should build your systems in Blender. It's certainly crashing less. Sure. Night! I can barely see that. Let's just very quickly color that. That way I can see what the heck I'm doing. That is very much desired, being able to see what I'm doing. Yeah, look at that. It's starting to look truck-like. I'm still looking at those two cars going, oh my goodness, I built the same car. Okay, what else do I need for this truck to look like a truck? Probably move. Make this a bit smaller. Move this over. That way it actually looks like things are connected. It'd be nice to have, you know, things looking like they're connecting and not just floating there. I think that's pretty desired in a vehicle. Let's just make this really dark. What else do I need? This is not quite right. I think it is too wide. Raise that up a bit, and then we need a little bumper here so that cars don't smash their front ends into the thing. Also not desired. Okay, so I need this to... I think my music ended. I forgot this playlist is shorter than the other playlist. I love being able to just copy and paste things. It's fun. Allows me to do nonsense like this. This looks a bit sturdier than it probably is supposed to be. Yeah, that looks better. Looked like there was a bit too much going on at first. This up with the middle edge so that when I mirror it over, it actually moves over nicely. And I can just widen that. Yeah, we're gonna have a truck in no time. Look at it. It's so beautiful. I think we need another cylinder. We're gonna cut out the wheel well. This over here. Bring this up. Over to the side of it. I think we can cut that out now. Not a material. I want to affect it. Modifiers. And then we can apply that. Make this slightly smaller. Make that a little less ridiculously sized. Apply the transformation, and then we can bevel that. Yes. Actually, we might want to make that a bit bigger. Why are you like this? Why is your center... Oh, is that why it was moving weirdly before? Why is your origin not to your center of mass? That's so bizarre. Is it because I... made a transformation? I don't know. That seems weird. Ah, the origin is... That's why it was moving weirdly, because the origin was weird. Okay, that makes sense. How do the truck wheels look? They have they're very thick. Good to know. Maybe scale it in a bit. Yeah. Awesome. After all transformations, set origin to volume, and then we can mirror this. weird object? I just want to know. I guess we're not gonna mirror it. We're just gonna copy and paste it, because I don't know where that went. That looks pretty darn good track to me. Can I apply this material? I don't want the entire car being that material. Guess this is what I get for coloring my car. Not a material. No. I want to flip it. Here. X. And then pull. Ah! That's fun. There we go. And then we can grab these wheels, move them over, in line. Apply this. No, I do not want to duplicate that. Let's just apply that. This can move over to the center. This can just scale bigger this way. Yeah, I would say this truck is almost finished. Let's see if we can mirror these wheels. They're practically on top of each other. That's kind of annoying. Maybe it's because I don't have the... Maybe I need to... All transformations. Set origin to center of volume. And then we can... mirror. Seriously, why does it do this? I don't want it to merge. No idea if this is wide enough. This does not feel correct. Why are we doing this? The wheels are flipped! No. 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 Why are you doing this to me? Specifically? Okay, I think those are centered, and then we can... There we go. Move here, apply this, and can delete that. How big is this in comparison to everything else? I do not want the truck to fly. I just want to compare. Okay, I was thinking rotate, but I guess literally moving them to the side is objectively the better option. What do you mean rotate? Okay, I think we're good on width of car. Fantastic. Awesome. About the same width, a little bit longer, can ship things. Yeah, I would say that's a good truck. Yeah, so you're gonna hate me, but guess who was existing like that without saving anything at all? We've been working! The tires, I see. We've been working for 2.5 hours, and that's the first time I saved. Oh boy. Do not copy me. Oh. I make great life decisions, don't you worry. If I lost all of that, I was gonna be so sad. Okay. So, question is, do I make bicycle, or do I save that for a different day? I think I'm gonna save that for a different day. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this stream. It was a lot of fun. We have 4 excellent, lovely vehicles to show for our efforts, 2 of which are very similar, but we're not paying attention to that. I am going to do I think in my own time, I am going to make the bicycle and situate the vehicles into the other renderer that I have and export that so we can just get started on doing the tracing. So ideally next week we will be doing some more line art for the outside of the cars, and bicycle, and then drawing people. So, outlines of cars and people. That will be our plan for next week. You know, I really want to finish the illustration next week. That's going to be the goal. Finish the illustration next week. And if I have to stay up like an extra hour or two to do it, oh well. Alright, thank you so much for joining. I will be streaming again at 8:30 next week. And until then, have a good rest of your day, night, and week. Alright, see ya!